And if you don't know what baby blues is, I'm going to insert the definition here below. I experienced baby blues a couple of weeks after my son was born. He was the type of baby that would cry and cry and scream until he turns red. And being a first-time mom, I really didn't know how to deal with that. Also, my husband didn't take any time off from work after he was born, so I spent the majority of time alone with him as a first-time parent. Other factors that I felt contributed to me experiencing baby blues: my son was not latching on, he wasn't breastfeeding, and this was frustrating to me. Another thing was people wanted to visit and they were going in and out of my house, and at that time I really didn't want any visitors. I was tired and wanted help from my husband, but I did not want a whole bunch of people going in and out, family or not. Just remember being tired and frustrated and feeling sad and lonely. I felt sad, but I told myself that I had to snap out of it because my son needed me and I had to be there for him. During this time, I remember just breaking down several times and just crying. And I mean like crying, an ugly cry, and just bawling. There was one time in particular that someone had asked me a week prior if they could come over to my house to see my son, and I agreed. But then the next Friday, when they were actually supposed to come over, I had forgotten all about it. Like, so much had happened. I was sleep deprived. So by the time they text me, I don't remember what they're even talking about. So they sent me the text, and I remember I was driving in the car with my husband, and I was sitting in the passenger seat. I got the text from them, and I just started bawling because they said they were coming over. And I was like, first of all, I was like, what? And then I just started crying. And to me, I was just filled with so many emotions that I didn't know what to do with. I was just full of emotion, and I just felt like because I wasn't bonding with my son, or I felt I wasn't bonding with him, I didn't want visitors coming to my house to take away time that me and my son could have been bonding, because they're holding him and taking him essentially away from me. Also, when people come to your house, I feel like it's your duty to entertain them, and you have to be up and happy, and you have to make good conversation. I wasn't in the mood for any of that. From my delivery, I had stitches, everything, the whole nine. I was sore, I was tired, waking up every 2 hours. I didn't want anybody in my face, basically. I'm crying, I'm bawling. And I remember we stopped at a gas station. My husband got me donuts to try to cheer me up, but it just wasn't helping. All those feelings just overtook me, and I felt overwhelmed, and I just didn't know what to do. I felt like I couldn't do this. Finally, when my son latched on, he started breastfeeding. I felt a lot better because I felt that breastfeeding strengthened our bond. Also, I got everything off my chest by talking to my husband and letting him know everything I was experiencing and what I was going through at the time. My husband was able to support me, and he told me, like, look, whenever I'm home, I have the baby. Don't worry about anything. And that was comforting to me, knowing that I had that support system, that I didn't have to do it alone. My advice to anybody who's experiencing this: please talk to somebody, and talk to somebody that you trust, somebody that you know well, that you love, and that you trust. And it needs to be somebody who's not going to judge you for these feelings, somebody that's just going to accept that this is what you're going through, and this is how they can help you, and you let them know how they can help you, because that may be telling them, you know what, I need some time alone for a while, I need to be by myself. That may be what you need. And if you feel like you need to seek professional help because you're dealing with postpartum depression, please do so. It will only make you better. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It means that you're strong because you acknowledge that you need help and that you get it. Talk to someone, let them know how you feel, and help them. Let them help you work through it. I promise it does get better. It doesn't stay this way all the time. All right, mommies, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.